perhaps, but look, I think the piece of advice I'd give to you, and I give it to American students.
So Jonas, what are we launching today?
We gave Cursor agents their own computers, and
Does they don't like. They say, oh, that's not what we voted for. We're going to check out of politics. No. That's the exact wrong response. If we do something you don't like, the response should be to get more involved, to make your voice heard, and to try to push things in the direction that you want them to be pushed. Our civilization was not built overnight. It's not going to be saved overnight. And so what I'd encourage you to do is stay involved, be patient, and don't let disappointment turn to checking out of the system entirely. There's way too much of that, I would say, in the Anglo system and the American system. There's way too much, I didn't like this thing that the vice president said, or I didn't like this thing that the president did, and I'm going to completely check out. We call that blackpilling in the United States of America, and blackpilling is how you give power to the forces that are trying to destroy what our ancestors built. We need to take power back from those people and build the kind of institutions that can actually save our societies. It will not happen overnight. It will not happen in the term of one prime minister or one president, but it will happen so long as we keep our faith in God and we work hard to achieve it. That's what we have to do.
Standing ovation at MCC. Vice President J.D. Vance, thank you very much, and be a frequent guest at MCC.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, that was the vice president there as he was in Budapest this morning. He's been there the past few days as he was speaking on Iran as well as several other topics. We're going to step away for a commercial break. My name is Christy Matino, reminding you, however, we are supposed to get this live image here in just a matter of moments. We do know that Secretary of State Marco Rubio set to meet with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the Treaty Room. Now, this is typically just a photo op. It's not really letting us inside, so to speak, to listen in on that conversation. But we also do know that President Trump is also set to meet with Rutte there a little bit later on today. Unclear whether we're going to be able to get inside there and listen in as well. As of right now, it is closed to press. But as we know with the Trump administration, that could change last minute. Reporters may be allowed inside. So what we're going to do is step away for that commercial break, monitoring this feed as well as several others next.
Genuinely have no clue where this is going. down 100 points.
I don't even want.
This is about to be like detrimental. Yo, what's going on, Apple Bottom? How are we doing? How are we managing trading through this, well, whatever you want to call this, man? What do I do, man? How they want me to trade this, bro? Do we just long at VWAP and say a prayer? That's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. My Twitter's blowing up. Guess Shorts at Valley Area High would have played. We'll see how we react at Valley Area Low. I'm thinking we hit. There's the True Day sweep. I'm thinking we hit. Oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm thinking we hit Valley Area Low and get a retrace. Jeez. Or maybe just wait True Day. I mean, this is. It's looking bearish. John Keane, what's going on, my man? The man, the myth, the legend himself, he's back, bro. I was getting lonely without you, bro. What'd you think about all this ceasefire nonsense? John Keane, bro, what do we think of all this? What you doing if we recover this pump? No, ain't no way. I like this. This right here. And we pop back up. This is gonna be the IB low. And we pop back up. And then we go short. Like, we have this psych level. We have a zone. A lot more buyers. VWAP. I like it. Yep, it's settled. It is settled. I've made my decision on where market's gonna go. Just mark my words. I have made my decision. Look, we're gonna go. We want it in here. Stop loss. Right here. TP. Back up to like, it's gonna be like 618. That's what we're looking for. Oh, we're just gonna need a little retrace back to VWAP. Oh wait, hold on, I kinda like shorts here. See if this is just a retrace back to VWAP. Quickie, little quickie. locked in, locked in, locked in. Locked in. I want us to just flush back down. Alright. That's money. Freaking just turned away for 1 sec. See if we can keep pushing down. John Keen, bro, you still in here? Sorry, guys, I've been locked in. Oh, shoot. want us to like break out of this base right here. I feel like this is a clean short. I feel like this was the entry for the short. Like, if we do rip back up, I think we just retest New York VWAP and keep moving lower. I think if we are gonna bounce, it's gonna be right in this zone. I really do think we come and test this area down here. That was a huge delta. Just got cooked. Not gonna lie. Once we get in here, this is where I'm gonna want to start trailing very tightly. if we get in there. Whichever side wins this, it's gonna freaking pop. I have a feeling like if this thing pops, it's freaking. It's a wraps, bro. Jeez. Our seller's cooked. was some freaking aggro selling. We just need to get out of value. Just holding it. I could close out of value. Oh. Well, we looked into that zone. See how far we can go into it. I think like 25k. But this may stop me out before, because I want to be surprised if we get like a little crazy going in there. Like the psych level of 25k, bottom of this zone, I think it's like that would be a perfect setup for a long. We get down here. Man, we're just struggling to get out of value. This is right at overnight view up too, so I mean, this. Oh, he updated this. You just have a lot of volume going on here. In general, it's like. It's so laggy. Oof. Not all. I'm out of my coffee. Ah, John Keane, bro, where'd you go? Acting like you're watching my stream, bro. Really like the battle of POC versus VWAP. That's gross. We get these buyers dying off now, huh? I need clothes down there. Need to close below VWAP. What do you mean a zone just formed, bro? What do you mean? Iran will withdraw from ceasefire agreement if attack on Lebanon continues. Iran's Muslim news agency sitting unnamed source. Alright, well. Yeah, bruh. Iran, say you wanna get rid of the ceasefire, bro. Let this thing dump. Freaking speak your truth, my guy. Let this thing dump. It's okay. I mean, what do you think? Like last round of buyers here? I know I've been saying that for a bit, but like rejecting at POC here. It's okay, you can dump. And I want to like see us just continue to, you know, push down. Pakistan PM Sheriff urge all parties to exercise restraint and respect the ceasefire for 2 weeks. Alright. Woo! Like, we could even probably hold this break even and just let it go all the way. Na 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 na. Straight chopperooski, but I mean, look at the color, you know. It's like, guys, are we really supposed to be longing right here? Nope. Like, we're stalling, but I really think that we're just breaking through all this volume. Like, it's just sellers fighting through all this volume. Like, we flushed up here because there wasn't as much. But, like, all of this, we have POC right there, New York VWAP, or not New York VWAP, overnight VWAP, True Day, IB POC, we have weekly POC, like, it's all right there. Value area low, like, come on. see. Oh, we closed down there. Like big buyer stepping in right there. It's gonna be. Ain't no way that's right? There's the IB break. What? Oil tankers passing through Hormuz have been stopped after Israel's ceasefire breach Iran's news agency.
Goal in Iran to be to destroy their missile program.
Has such thousands, and the Islamic regime has no regard for that aspect of human life. So I see that as just furtherance of what they're doing to try to create this full mentality, this hatred for America, hatred for Israel in there, and recruiting them. A lot of people don't want to accept that as a fact of what the Islamic regime does, but that is their way of life. That is how they have operated for 47 years. Get you young and start. Another thing about this that we see in the talks, there is nothing about stopping the slaughter of the Iranian people. You know, 3 days ago, they publicly executed some more protesters. So that is going to continue. This deal at this time, or this ceasefire, emboldens the Iranian regime.
And that's true because we know that we've heard about these public hangings, and we have protesters that are being publicly executed in front of other people. You have other people who have been jailed there. And of course, the understanding is that they can't really get a fair trial there in Iran. They're essentially just convicted of whatever crime they are charged with. So we'll see, of course, how President Trump responds to that, because that was a big sticking point months ago with the president, as he said, if they continue to execute these protesters, we will intervene, and we are not okay with that. Mark Chandler, thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to join us here and helping to break it down. Anything we missed? I know we covered a lot of ground, but anything that we missed there that you want to make sure to mention before I let you go?
Well, Josh, this is a very fluid situation. You know, in the last 12 to 18 hours, a lot has come out, a lot has changed. There's a lot of words being thrown around. I would just urge us to watch the hyperbole and kind of look at what's going on. You know, right now, as we said, Iran has pretty much achieved everything it needs. It's had the Americans to stop their attacks. It still controls the Strait of Hormuz out there. The regime remains in place. And as we go forward in negotiations, you know, we need to have a strong position. We've kind of given up our advantage of the military pressure, although we can start that. This has been a phenomenal military success out there, so we can reinitiate that with that pressure, but we're delaying right now. What we have to look at the negotiations is, will the regime change its stripes? Will they allow some sort of freedom of movement? Will they relinquish control of the Straits of Hormuz? That is their strategic advantage right now, and that's what kind of got us back to the table right now, looking at everything. So we have to follow these negotiations carefully and look at the words and go a little bit past, what the public, what the media is trying to get us to look at. You excluded, of course.
Of course. All right, Mark Chandler, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We definitely appreciate it as always.
Josh, thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. And of course, we are taking a look at the markets right here, where you can see that the markets appear to be reacting very positively as you have the Dow not just in the green, but up about 2.46% or about 1,100 points. We are going to have a little bit later on in the hour an expert join us to break down what we could see happen, what indications this gives us about the future here of the market as we see that ceasefire, though very fragile, remain in effect between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. Also want to pop this up on your screen, coming in from our buddy Trey Yingst over at Fox News, as he says, ceasefire day one, Israel took multiple waves of Iranian missile fire after the ceasefire was announced. Kuwait reports that more than 24 drones were launched by Iran since 8 a.m. local time, so earlier on today. The UAE is currently under an Iranian missile attack. Iran, via state media, reports strikes against Lavon Island and the oil infrastructure there. We'll keep an eye on everything and, of course, you can see that countdown there on your screen. That is since the ceasefire took effect late yesterday. It's been 16 hours, 4 minutes, and 17 seconds. Right now, we are going to head to a quick 2-minute commercial break, but a lot more live coverage coming up on the other side. Stay with us here on Live Now from Fox.
Man, this is slow. I'm not gonna lie, but you cannot hate it because it's been playing out. So. tankers through the Strait of Hormuz has been stopped per Iran's news agency. Bro, my Twitter is actually getting blown up.
And welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 1044 on the East Coast and 744 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I want to get you right back into the latest here on Operation Epic Fury and everything we know about this fragile ceasefire deal between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. Now, you are taking a live look right now at the stock market, where you can see it is in the green for the Dow right now and very much in the green, up 2.35% or about 1,100 points. I want to talk much more about what this means, what this signals, all of that. So let's bring in Gerson Gibbs, the senior managing partner of Bellet Capital, to discuss. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And first off, I just want to ask you about the current standing there of the market. Again, we are seeing what appears to be a very big reaction to that ceasefire announcement.
Oh yeah, it was the markets are soaring. It was a tremendous reaction, which we expected because when the news initially launched about the war, we saw quite a dip fairly quickly. So this is just the opposite, seeing that markets react to the positive news.
And what should we expect as we see maybe the hours and the days progress here? Because again, we're looking at a live image of the Dow, and of course we know that that is a very strong reaction.
Yeah, well, I see more positive reactions with regard to the market. Ultimately, there being some kind of a ceiling because remember, we're still in discussions. We're at a ceasefire, we're at the negotiations, and we're hoping that they can come to some kind of terms that will benefit both parties. So I think that, it's positive conversation, and then moving forward, and the markets are going to continue to react positively with regard to this.
If the Strait of Hormuz is to actually open, again, Iranian officials are saying that could happen tomorrow, it could happen Friday. They've been speaking there with Reuters. If that is to happen, could that also cause an impact to the U.S. markets, or is that kind of unclear?
Well, it's going to cause an impact on the entire world. We're thinking about 500 million barrels of oil that were held back, over 200 ships that were held back. And just these ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz is going to take a lot of time. So I believe that the market is going to, of course, today it was kind of a uptick, a major uptick because of the news. But I think ultimately the increase will slow down as we determine how long this thing actually takes to get back to normal.
Of course, and this is a post right here coming in from the Associated Press. It says oil prices plunged and U.S. stock futures jumped after President Trump said that he would hold off on his threat of devastating attacks on Iran. Futures of U.S. crude oil sank 18% to around $92.60, while Brent crude oil futures fell about 6% to $103.40. What can we take away from that statement there overall?
We could just determine how much impact this war had on oil pricing, right? It was just an immediate drop. We'll possibly see prices go back into the threes at pumps very soon, as early as next week. So I think that just the overall impact, although the United States doesn't really rely on oil from the Middle East, we see just an impact on the market and an impact around the world.
As we talk a little bit about the Strait of Hormuz and how that kind of plays a role here, what will we be watching for to see how the markets react overall to that? Going a little bit more in depth on that specifically.
Well, of course, I believe that there's going to be some kind of stability in the very near future with regard to the market because it's still a 2-week negotiation. And we're hoping that negotiations go well, but for the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been so easy. So as you mentioned earlier, this is a fragile conversation, and we're hoping that it goes well. But I do see the market a bit more uptick and then stabilizing until these agreements are made between both parties.
And it's important to note, we're looking at the Dow here. Other markets, are they reacting overall as well, or is this just specifically the U.S. and more specifically the Dow?
I don't think it's specific to the Dow. I think this is a world problem as the Strait of Hormuz impacted the world. I think that all markets have been impacted, but it was just a direct impact on the Dow, and we're seeing it today. But all markets are impacted.
All right, Gerson Gibbs, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here and helping to break it down. We obviously covered, as always, a lot of ground here, but anything that we failed to mention that you want to make sure we mention before I let you go?
Absolutely. I think that in this market, there's opportunities. As I mentioned some weeks ago, this war caused opportunities on one side where we saw prices of stocks dropping, and that was an opportunity for investors. I think this is also an opportunity to get into the market and get on top of some stocks because there's going to be some upticks, and there's positive news surrounding this for at least the next 2 weeks and hopefully further. So it's kind of an indicator that individuals that are in the market look at their portfolios, and individuals that are not in the market possibly take a look at the market and see what opportunities are available.
Yeah, we'll be watching it very closely with your help, of course. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
And popping this up on your screen right now, another live look at the market at this hour as we approach a new hour here. You can see as we zoom out that the Dow is in the green, up 2.33%. or 1,084 points. We'll keep you updated and track it throughout the day as we continue to see those impacts on the market here, not just in the U.S., but elsewhere. Right now, we are going to head to a quick 2-minute commercial break, the final one of the hour, but a lot more live news coming up in just a few. My name is Josh Breslow, and you're watching Live Now from Fox. We'll be right back.
Oh gosh, am I gonna be $3 short? Hold on. Guys, I think I'm $3 short from passing this eval. clean trade though, no matter what. Oh my. Okay, never mind. I passed it. Alright. Nice. Clean trade skis. Alright, now we're looking at 618 right on New York VWAP, right with, or New York VWAP, overnight VWAP. POC. wicked that standard deviation band pretty cleanly, I'm not gonna lie. Just wicked IB low. I want us to see to come right in here. So now we get all this volume right here. But gonna have to see if we can break this IB low first. It's gonna act as like resistance. Oh, I don't want to chase that. We just got back into value right there too. could take like the longs. Like stop loss at the bottom right here. This zone. If you get like a strong retrace. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still looking for this to come up here. I know we're rejecting off of IB low, but I'm kind of expecting us to get a little choppy. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. Let's see if we can get up there, guys. I'm gonna go get some water real quick.
what's the best stock? Can you tell me what to buy, man? Oh, if I just copy you, will I'll be good too?
No, sir. Just keep your day job, man. I don't know if you're interested in this for real. You should just sit at home, man. Work at your IT job. Be whatever it is. I don't know, dude. Buy Tesla. Buy Grindr. But that's all I want to say, man. I told myself when I first started this, when I got really into it, I was going to somehow make it to the floor of the exchange. Right? We did that. We did that in 2024. And now we're just doing this, man. Now we're doing this. It's goal achieved. Did you guys? I did with Levi. Oh man. Now we get to go every year, right? We get to go every year. See people, right? Hang out, take some photos. Take you in with me one day. Let's go. I don't know. Tell us how you were introduced to the market. Ooh, okay, Dennis. Let me tell you how it goes. So obviously this journey has been like 9 years, right? 9 years officially now, as of this month I've been involved in the market. Saw a lot of these kids on Instagram making big bucks, like massive dollars. I was like, wow, these guys really know what they're doing. Huh? If I pay them $69.99 a month, they'll just tell me what to buy. Well, this is a fantastic way to make free money. So I did a lot of that. I paid for these discords, right? These signals. Thinking that was my ticket to financial freedom. Back then, I was still working at the CBSA, of course, the border. I was still searching people's cars for a living. And then, lo and behold, turns out these guys just make their big money from selling courses. Hey, and you know what? I gotta respect the hustle. That's all I say. In the end, I'll always say one thing because I know course sellers in my circle of friends as well now. The money in your bank account in the end doesn't judge, so it is what it is. But I will say if that's your primary income, it's a little bit disturbing. I'm not too happy about that. Found out really quick that I got scammed. Paid for these courses, paid for these signals groups. They taught me how to draw chopsticks on the charts. 2 chopsticks converging tells you that price is going to skyrocket. It's not true. So, lost quite a bit of money. And then, kind of like, started digging deeper into options. Started digging deeper into like, what does the market actually move based on? What actually moves the looks like, and we're like, okay, if I continue working at the CBSA, right, my salary is $77K a year, I have good pension, good benefits, but is that the life we're gonna live? Just, am I gonna be a salary boy for the rest of my life? Am I gonna ever get rid of this Acura that I drive? This piece of shit Acura. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. From there, really progressed. In like 2020 was when I actually found profitability, actual profitability, and then 2022 is when I officially quit my job. July of 2022, literally the month after we got married. I quit. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Obviously went through a whole math thing. My wife's an accountant, so we went through this math thing, calculated like how much I made at my job. Is it worth it for me to quit? And then she was like, you know what? It does make sense for you to give this a go. You can always come back to your. I can always come back. Here's the thing with the border. It's kind of like being a cop, and I know it's terrible to say, but it's kind of like being a cop. It's very easy to get your job back. If I ever wanted to go back to the border, I could deny Americans from coming into Canada. It's very easy. So that's the story. That's the story. 9 years into it now. Again, I've only been actually profitable for 6 years. There's a whole like 3 years, maybe a little bit longer than 3 years, that I was just losing money. 2021 though was my biggest year that I was like, okay, I can actually do this. I'll take a picture of like my old Discord that I ran. You guys can see kind of the story that I wrote. Post in the chat for you all to see. There you go, that's the chat. By the way, we're pushing now. So you can see we sold puts, right? We have an iron condor in the market. Yeah, this is big. 2023 started this bad boy. 2021. So again, I made $77,000 a year from my job back then. Canadian, by the way, so that's like 55 US. And then I was expected to grow 2.5% every year. That's literally just, that's government work. You just no catalyst to move us forward, we don't move forward more. We kind of just settle there. Unless the Greeks are bearish, that's when we close the gap. That's when we actually close the gap. Did the Greeks ever get bearish? Even when we came down to 67.40, at what time was this? 10:54. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Use your 10:54. Okay. What changed? Tell me in the Greek profile what changed. Who's trying to short this market? Right. What needs to change for you to flip bias? And I've said it before too, for myself, right? What needs to change in the data profile for you to say that, okay, yeah, the market's actually going to tank here. We're flipping. We're flipping and flopping. Right? So, obviously there was some money to be made shorting it from here to here, okay, by all means, but I'm going to leave that trading decision up to you. Right? Remember what I always run in my head. Scenario, risk, structure. What is the scenario for price? What are the risks involved? What is the structure that best fits the scenario that you see for this potential trade that maybe you want to take on, right? And we said that, hey, look, when the market's coming down, unless these Greek profiles tell me something different, unless this changes from positive to negative, the direction is still likely up. The scenario still tells me it's a buy the dip. Right? We have better chances buying the dip. And then take a look at the options pricing. Right? There was kind of a reason why calls were so cheap. In my mind right now, I think that there was kind of a reason why calls were so cheap. They weren't worthy of selling for sure. They're not really worthy of buying because they're so cheap. Puts were juice here. So it made sense for us to find the bottom, find lows, and then sell further beyond than the floor. So again, I've sold 6,700. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay on that one. But we know until all this stuff is settled, I'm not going to be holding anything to expiry. So yeah, hopefully that helps you guys learn a little bit. This is me just spewing some nonsense. 200 is your salary? Yeah, it was back then. It was bad. Shoot, I don't know if anyone told you, but your relationship with your wife is cute. It depends. It depends. She's pretty annoying. As are most females. But, you know. Normal behaviors, right? Invest in Grindr today. That's what I'll end it off with. Oh man. Everyone's got their pros and cons, right? She's a short Asian woman, so we know that they're feisty. They get mad easily. You always have to apologize first, and they drive like crackheads. Right? They drive like they just snorted fentanyl. For whatever reason, when they get on the road, they believe they own it. It's their road to drive, and you are just a guest in her presence. That's what I've learned. Coffee cheers, yo. All the married folk here, y'all know what I'm talking about. We are breathing their air. Like we always say, right? Doesn't matter who owns the house. Tells you to get out. You get out. Doesn't matter. It's terrible, man. Unacceptable. And that is why, folks, I don't recommend this life. You know, getting allowance doesn't make sense to me. I'm 33 years old. Why am I getting allowance? I make the money. Why am I getting allowance? What the hell? What the heck? Ranting for today. Obviously, I get to say all this because he's not home. side, like, we collected so little that it's not really worthwhile holding it through. I may consider pulling LMS and just holding the put side because I think we're right. I think we are right on the put side today for sure. Selling that call. Who's with me? Who caught that pivot? Who's holding it through? I guess didn't explain how I got into quant data. For those of you guys don't know, it's had my own Discord for a little bit. I worked for another YouTuber, bit of a bigger name. She's Canadian, and then yeah, had a bit of a falling out. I was like, I didn't agree with being a salesman, so like being a salesman is like selling her Discord, pushing her posts, things like that. Felt real scummy about that. So you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing, right? So I started my own Discord. I made sure that it was completely free, but I made sure to also let people know that the way that I make money from that Discord was from affiliate links. So, and anyone who signed up for Mumu, Mumu Ambassador, really early on in the days, gave all that up after joining the Quantita team. So Quantita talked to them on Twitter, right? Levi was like, oh, this guy's a handsome gentleman. He knows what he's talking about. See his performance. And so they kind of came in, took a look at what I was doing. I was like, hey, you know what? What do you think about dropping your Discord, coming on over here? Hey, you know, I'm in agreement with this. I will absolutely drop everyone in my Discord and come on over here. Gonna close out the call side. We're just gonna hold the put side now because obviously we were correct on our bias. So that's Denise. That's the whole story. I don't know. We're touching the VWAP now. Yeah, that's it's an interesting one. But I feel like I've manifested this almost because I was posting a lot on Twitter. I was posting about like the small count challenge. If you go back far enough, you'll probably see the positions that got me to 160 from 20k starting balance, and that was all the way back in 2021. It's a fair bit to scroll back. Keep longing. Hey, Josh, let's go, man. Big money, big money. That's what I want to see. 10k week. You are absolutely killing it, my friend. Absolutely killing it. Yeah, this is your push beyond. So now we're just selling puts. We have 6,700, 6,690. It's a winning trade now at this point in time. So what do we do? What do we do with winning trades? What do we do with winning trades? What do we do, folks? Do we know? Okay, you add to them. Neutral spread. So we're selling a 67.20. This is how you turn the day around, right? So we earlier suffered $450, 446 losses. Now we know that we're correct on our bias. We've changed, right? What's changed in the profile to tell you that we're turning around? Nothing, right? Nothing's changed. So if nothing's changed, then we take our profits and we buy things. Hey, Don, let's go, man. You're absolutely on fire too. Dude, I love seeing this community print. You guys are absolutely killing it. Let's see, man. cheers to y'all. Papa cheers to y'all in chat. Trying to follow along, trying to learn how to navigate this damn market. It's tough. It's not easy. If you're learning to trade for the first time during the Trump administration, I'll tell you, this is not like any other time. In the 9 years I've been doing this, this is the hardest time to be trading. And that's okay. I think it's okay. I mean, it's okay if you're green, but if you're struggling, close your eyes. I guess close your eyes, take some coffee. Methamphetamines is pretty good. If you come to Vancouver, it's free. You just hand them out on the streets. Oh man. Slowly trucking along here. Cocaine is nicer. I don't know. Gives me the jitters. No, I'm kidding. Never ingest. Drugs are bad. You guys know drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, okay? Tea, please. Oh man, I know I'm Chinese and all. I'll be the first Chinese person to say that I think tea is disgusting. That's what I'll say. It's groundwater, isn't it? You just pick up things in the ground and put it in boiling water. I don't know. Literally, yeah. Gov-Cam. Dude, let's go, man. So we are 58% on our 67, 66, 90 put spread. Spread it out a little bit. You guys can see the P&L. I don't think I'll be doubling down anymore. I think I'm just gonna sit in these positions and hopefully get out of them all at 80%. But yeah, if you're brand new and you're kind of enjoying seeing what we're doing here, navigating this market, watching me dance on camera for whatever reason, as a grown man, yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think. We do have Q&A tonight. Hop in, take a look at the new mobile app we have. Any car folks here? Any car folks here? I'm sure there's a few car folks here. What do y'all think? So, there's another story time while the market's just kind of doing its thing. I'm gonna show you. So, Carmen scraped the shit out of my rims, right? Scraped the hell out of my rims. I know I just swore. My bad. Apologies. Very unstable. And she says, oops! That's what she said. She's oops. But when I do it, she's, oh, I